like to call this meeting to order. Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Elick?
Here.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Here.
Ms. Karstafen?
Here.
Mr. Hauser?
Here.
And Mrs. Siegwin.
Okay, would everybody please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, and welcome to the April 27th, 2022 Elyria Board of Education meeting. I'd like to introduce our group up here. To my right is our senior board member and Vice President Mike Gebhardt. To his right is board member Elaine Sequin. My name is Greg Elick. To my left is board member Andy Karstafen. To her left is our board member Len Hauser. To his left is our superintendent Ann Slosh. And all the way down on the end is award-winning treasurer Joy Clickinger. Okay, today we start off, we have a very exciting presentation from the OSBA. Debbie, would you please come forward?
My name's Debbie Melda, and I'm here representing OSBA and OSBA's Northeastern Ohio Executive Committee. And I would like to present Michael Gebhardt, senior board member, I'm told. 10-year veteran board member award. 10 years. Come to a meeting once or twice a month. You're serving every day, and it takes a lot of dedication and a lot of time, and we thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Debbie.
Now I know why you're here.
Right. 10 years is a very long time, so we appreciate all your service, Mr. Gebhardt, to the Elyria schools and to the Board of Education. You've done a lot and accomplished a lot. We greatly appreciate it. Is there anything you'd like to mention about your 10 years of service or anything like that?
No.
No? Not at this time. You're always so talkative, though, so. Okay, we'll let you think about that, and maybe we'll come back to that. So, okay, moving along on the agenda, visitors' comments. We do have somebody signed up for 5 minutes, and that is Dawn. Dawn, would you like to come forward?
Be pretty good today, I think.
And I would say state your address, but I think we all know it's 311 Belfort. So.
Right, my name's Dawn Guapo, nobody can say it. I was just, one of the things online that concerned me this week is somebody saying that this May that principals and stuff will be voting or saying something about this, the sports administration for the OASAA for Ohio, talking about this transgenderism in sports and stuff like that. Basically, they have like this paper, you can pretty much Google it, and they tell you like a list of rules on what it is to have like, they have to have the hormone thing for like a year before they're allowed to participate in sports and all that stuff. And I'm guessing that they're going to be voting on this, and this is something that schools should be paying attention to because this is nonsense. I'm a really tough girl. I can hand a lot of guys their lunch when it comes to, sports, or I actually do construction for a living. I know I told you I have a biology degree, but I swing a hammer for a living. So it's not like I'm, not into this type of stuff, but I just think we've seen some of these guys come into our sports and they crush us. They do. Like I said, I'm very strong, but I'm not a man and I can't compare to a man's strength, and I don't really care what kind of pills they take that supposedly do something, but this is just going to crush female sports. I mean, do we want to put a bunch of basically men and women in beauty contests at female sports and have them winning their stuff instead of, where's the feminism? We're all the feminists that saying that they're trying to take over our sports and not let, females strive and thrive and have, what's wrong with boys having their thing and girls having their thing? I never got what was wrong with that, so I just want to make sure that we're paying attention to that and that kind of stuff isn't happening in our school, because I just don't think that's good for girls either. Like I said, a lot of these guys, they'll just whoop us pretty easily. past pretty much puberty, this stuff doesn't really work. I know when we're little kids, sometimes we can play together and play in each other's sports, and some towns are so small, like, I grew up in a town, or went to high school in a town in Texas where it was so small that sometimes we played together because there was no option, because there just wasn't enough players. Where I get that kind of stuff, but I don't think we have a problem here. I think most of the time we have more kids getting cut that want to play than can make the team. Secondly, what's coming up, our mayor of the city of Elyria wants to, everybody's fighting over that mall area over there, what to do with it, whether to make it like a medical type thing or to make it like a event center type thing. The city Port Authority wants their own event center. Our mayor wants like a medical mart type Cleveland Clinic type thing. But what they need is you guys to sign off on the city council and the city of Elyria School Board of Education need to sign off on a 30-year, $4.5 million tax increment financing agreement to allow the mayor to do his little medical thing over there. And I just want, like, after everything I told you guys with the medical, and how they're not really doing their jobs, and how they're keeping medications from people, and how they're, using drugs that actually have the highest kill rate compared to drugs that have, very, very little side effects and won't even try them. You really think that we're going to a medical facility is going to grow, or do you think the medical facility is probably going to get lesser and less trusted as more and more comes out with COVID? Because every day more and more is coming out, and more is being told. I don't tell you guys that because I think everybody gets bored about hearing all the horrible things that are happening as a result of COVID and these vaccines and all the information that's getting suppressed by it. So I just want to make sure that we're doing what's best for Elyria. And I mean, I don't know what's best to do with that wall, but I don't think to bring Cleveland Clinic or more hospital systems and more corruption and more money into our town is a solution. Personally, I think it was a wrong move when UH and Cleveland Clinic have to buy out basically everything medical from here to Cleveland. You see, Elyria Hospital used to be its own thing. They got bought out like several years ago by UH, and they just do that so they can control. They can make their own moves, they can make their own money, and they can do what they want, just like they did with COVID for these past 2 years. And then lastly, to make sure that we never listen to these people again, this was just something that some kid drew. Make sure we never go back to masks. Make sure we never go back to these rules that these people are implemented these last 2 years. We can just tell them to shove it. If they can use rules and law to make us implement these things, then you guys can use rule and law and the Constitution to tell them to shove it. And that's about it then. Thanks,
Great.
guys.
Super. Thanks, Don. Okay. All right, so that's it for speakers today. We'll move along on the agenda to the minutes. The minutes for the April 6, 2022 board meeting have been posted. Hopefully everyone's had time to review them. And do I have a motion to approve the April 6, 2022 minutes?
So moved.
I have a motion by board member Gephardt. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
And a second by board member Seaton. Any questions or comments? With none, Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Ms. Karstafen?
Abstain.
Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
And Mr. Elick?
Aye, motion carries. Okay. Okay, Madam Treasurer, treasurer action items this evening.
Yes, I'm presenting to you the monthly financial report for March 2022 for your approval.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the March 2022 financial report?
So moved.
I have a motion by board member Sequin. Do I have a second?
Second.
Work with it here. Second, board member Gephardt. Any questions or comments? With none, Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Ms. Karstafen?
Aye.
Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
And Mr. Elick?
Aye, motion carries. Okay, Madam Treasurer, you also have information for our property tax.
Yes, to approve the tax rates that were established by the Lorraine County Budget Commission and authorize the necessary tax levies on the duplicate. This is routine. We get the tax rates from the county auditor and we approve them each year.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the tax rates?
So moved.
I have a motion by board member Karstoffen, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Board Member Hauser. Any questions or comments? With none, Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Ms. Karstafen? Aye. Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin? Aye. And Mr. Elick?
Aye, motion carries. Okay, next we have a expulsion hearing for May 4th, 2022. And our primary representatives are going to be Board Member Karstoffen and Board Member Sequin. And then the reserves will be Elick, Gebhardt, and Hauser. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Board Member Gebhardt. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Board Member Karstoffen. Madam Treasurer, please call the roll.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Ms. Karstafen?
Aye.
Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
And Mr. Elick?
Aye, motion carries. Any other reports this evening, Madam Treasurer?
The only thing I have is under the facility construction area. And that's to approve the existing Ely Stadium improvements Phase 2 for the architect.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve Phase 2 of the sports complex?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Board Member Sequin. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Board Member Gebhardt. Questions or comments? One thing for the record, obviously, this is because of the process where we lost our construction manager. What's the proper term of that?
CMR.
The CMR. So this is a process we're going through right now to get somebody in there. So,
Correct.
but as far as everything goes, nothing's changed as far as the plan or anything, correct?
Right.
Okay. All right. Any other questions or comments? Madam, do you have any? No. Okay. Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Ms. Karstafen? Aye. Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
And Mr. Elick?
Aye, motion carries. Okay, thank you, Madam Treasurer. Madam Superintendent, do you have action items for us this evening?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Mr. Elick. First of all, to approve the agreement with Windstream for, this is our annual wire network internet with Windstream, so that's $5,400 a month for 5 years. And then to approve the out-of-state overnight field trip for the Elyria High School robotics team for the Worlds. We have, I believe, 6 teams going, or five teams going. And they only allow so many to go in the state of Ohio, so we have the most teams going from any district. Then to approve the overnight for Eastern Heights Middle School to go to Washington, D.C. I'm so happy to go again. It's been missed. Also to approve the overnight field trip for the Elyria High JROTC to the annual summer camp, and that concludes my action items.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the superintendent action items?
So moved.
I have a motion by Board Member Karstoffen. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Board Member Hauser. Any questions or comments? If none, Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Ms. Karstafen? Aye. Mr. Hauser? Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
And Mr. Elick?
Aye, motion carries. Okay, Superintendent Other, looks like it's graduation
It's
time,
that time
huh?
of year, yes. This is the early college list, and this group will earn not only their diploma from us, but also their 2-year degree from the college. So it's wonderful. We still have this program, and it's going strong. And that is it for those items.
You know, you're not going to read every name or anything?
Would you like me to? I will.
That's okay.
How many are there?
So how many?
I don't know the full split between Elyria and Loring, but there'll be 54 graduates in this class.
It looks like we have the majority then.
Correct.
Pretty interesting. So technically, they'll graduate with their 4-year degree before they graduate? High school?
2 years.
2-year degree?
Yeah, high school and their 2-year degree, yeah.
Well, that's unique.
It saves us, and it saves us, these families, millions of dollars in college tuition.
I'm jealous, they started that right after, I'm jealous.
Wonderful.
What a wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful program. Okay, Do I have a motion to approve the list?
I will make that motion.
Motion by Board Member Gephardt. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Board Member C. Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Ms. Karstafen?
Abstain.
Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
And Mr. Elick.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, personnel action items. I hear that we got some old person coming
Yes.
back, huh?
Yes, we
All
do.
right. Well, let's hear it.
All right, so first of all, we have to approve the resignation of certified staff as detailed below. Just real quick, Dominic Goodwin, he really didn't want to leave, but he got his first head coaching job in football at Oberlin, and they wanted him to teach there, and I totally understand that.
Sure.
To approve the appointment of the following certified administrator. As you can see, Shane Newark is back. He really never left us as a pioneer, even though he went to the college. I know Shane never really wanted to leave Elyria. That's why he just went down the road. But we are so excited. We had about 40 applicants. We interviewed roughly 8 to 10. And he rose to the top by all parties, and really excited because he really has done a nice job in the past for us.
Right.
So he will start August 1st, but we'll probably have some transition time. Then to approve the appointment of the following certified staff is listed below, a couple more substitutes. To approve the following JROTC instructor to go to the annual conference. To approve the appointment of the following EHS Performing Arts Center student worker. Also to approve the unpaid leave of absence for the following classified staff. To approve the retirement of the following classified staff. Susan Krogowski had 8 years of service with us, so we really thank her for her time. And then to approve the resignation of the following classified staff member. To approve the appointment of the following classified staff listed below, and that concludes my personnel items.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the superintendent's personnel action items?
So moved.
I have a motion by Board Member Karstoffen. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Board Member Sequin. Any questions or comments? With none, Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Ms. Karstafen?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
And Mr. Elick.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, Madam Superintendent, do you have a superintendent's report for us this evening?
I do, but first of all, Shane, if you just stand, I know there might be a few of them that don't know who Shane is. Len, have you met Shane?
I've met Shane, yes, I have.
Oh, you have, okay. I think Andy knows Shane, Greg knows Shane. Elaine, do you know Shane?
I do not.
Okay.
No.
He actually came from Westwood, so.
Okay.
Out on the west side.
Right.
Yeah. So welcome, Shane.
Thank you.
Very excited. He won't stand.
Oh, I didn't go.
Welcome
Give a
back.
speech.
Great, thank you.
All right, just a few things. First of all, tomorrow night is the Scholastic E at 6 p.m. How many students, Mr. Brown?
65-ish.
65, wonderful. They have to have a 3.75 or above for all their 7 quarters, I believe. Or
7
semesters.
semesters to
Yeah.
be part of the banquet, but if they earn that by the end of their senior year, after 8 semesters, they get recognized at graduation for being a member.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah, when is it?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night is the Scholastic E band.
Then also on May 16th, we have Special Olympics. Is that the right date, May 16th or 13th?
13th.
13th, I'm sorry. May 13th, Special Olympics. If any of you would like to volunteer, we'd love to have you. It's at our beautiful stadium, and it is probably one of the neatest days to be a part of. When does it start, Mrs. Blatt?
Opening ceremony starts at 10 a.m. and it'll probably conclude about 1:30.
Okay, great. So if you can stop
We're
by.
hosting over 500 athletes from across the county, special needs, so it's a great day. If you want to
Awesome.
volunteer, you can email me and tell me what
Yes.
you want to do, and I'll put you in the spot.
Also, next Wednesday, I know the other 2 sessions were on board nights. But May 11th, Dr. Barlow's last session with the parents. We provide dinner and daycare. It's at 5:30 over at Elyria High School cafeteria. And she's the psychologist that we had the NORD grant for that is helping parents with some of the strategies to work with their students.
How's that going? Was there a big turnout?
There's been about 10 families each time, not a huge turnout, but what they've noticed is the ones that have come have benefited from being there, so it's good. Not exactly, the numbers we had hoped, but we'll keep growing. But 10 families. And then last but not least, Amy and Marty have been following me around a little bit, and we have a unique way of doing State of the Schools that will be coming out Friday. And it's videotaped, kind of a conversation. Amy is Oprah.
Oh,
Yes,
she's gonna make you
wonderful.
cry?
Yeah, she made me cry at the end, yes, she did. She did.
She cries.
Are you giving
Teary-eyed.
out gifts?
Teary-eyed. Yes, but it's it really is a neat way to do it. We actually sat down with Burgess and Burgess. I don't know if you remember Vanessa Tay's. She suggested, that and Amy, and her work through this, but suggested that's a great way to do it because then more people get to see it at their leisure when they can see it. So we tried it, and watch at your own risk, right? But that is it. They did a great job. So good job, Marty. The editing.
We edited most of the crying
Yes,
out.
you did.
All right. Sounds very interesting. Looking forward to seeing that, that's for sure. So, all right, thank you, Madam Superintendent. Okay, Board of Education, first off, we have business here. We have the second reading for the policies. Any Board Member Sequin, anything we want to add on that, or?
No, just as same thing I said last time, they were just updates that are basically being pushed down
Okay,
from the OSBA, and they are, the policy manuals online, for people to
great,
look at.
super. Okay, thank you. Okay, so do I have a motion to approve the second reading and adoption of the following policies and regulations that are listed?
So moved.
Motion by Board Member Karstoffen. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Board Member Hauser. Any questions or comments? With none, Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Ms. Karstafen?
Aye.
Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Mrs. Seguin?
Aye.
And Mr. Epping?
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, any other board items for the good of the cause? Have you thought
Yes.
anything about those 10 years, or?
I have a couple of announcements.
Oh, okay.
Elyria School Endowment was having their golf outing fundraiser. It's a 4-man scramble, June 12th, that's a Sunday, and it's at Greyhawk, and of course benefits the endowment. It costs us $400 per team, so that's $100 per to get dinner and all the good stuff with it. And if anybody's interested, you can either contact Craig Willing or Jim Vandemark.
And that's June 12th.
June 12th. And Ann can't go because she always wins. Also, this Saturday, the Elyria Mini Pioneers invite you to an EMP signing fundraising event. It's for the Mini Pioneers. It's dinner. It's $10, spaghetti dinner, and it's at the First Congregational Church. Tracy Sprinkle's going to be there, and again, this is for the Elyria Mini Pioneers.
That's football, right?
That's, well, it's all sports, but yeah, basically football.
Good. So that's for the announcements?
I asked you the other day about why are we having an OSBA meeting. Now I realize what it was for.
Okay. Anything on the 10 years of service? Anything that you remember? Anything good or bad or anything?
No, not at the present.
Okay.
Well, no.
All right. Well, if you think anything along the way, we'll definitely make sure you share it with everybody. All right, and again, thank you for those 10 years of service. That's quite a long time, and we definitely appreciate it. And the schools are a lot better off because of it. Okay, we do not have an executive session, so we only have one thing left on the agenda. and
I'll make a motion.
Motion to adjourn by Board Member Gebhardt. Do I have a second? Second by Board Member Karstoffen. Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
Ms. Karstafen?
Aye.
Mr. Hauser?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
And Mr. Elick.
Aye, motion carries.